follows you around, Ty?
Yo.
The 3, 2, 1 countdown.
The 3, 2, 1. It doesn't matter if it's your podcast, if it's this podcast. Everywhere you go, it's 3, 2, 1, yo.
Yeah, I'm used to it. I had a guy. I had a guy.
Legend.
Of all places, I had a guy at Walmart. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I had to run to go take a piss, and I'm running down the dog aisle, and I'm just, you're in one of those like I don't care things, and this guy kind of slows me down, and I thought he was asking for help or something, and he goes, 3, 2, 1, and I was like, what?
Yo. You're counting down.
I was like, what's up, man? I stopped, and I was like, hey, man, how you doing? Shook his hand, whatever. And he wanted to take a selfie, but he couldn't figure out how to do it. And then he like, we talked a little recruiting, and I'm sitting there doing it. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, okay. When you really got to take a
what's going on? Girl thing and be like, hey, just come to the bathroom with me.
That's true. I could have done that. I will do that next time. I will do that next time. Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
How you guys doing?
With the story. I'm good, man. Lot of stuff going on. Lot going on.
Really? I don't know.
I have fully recovered from the Arkansas Missouri game, so yeah, I'm doing good.
That's not as good.
That game was
I'm fully recovered, so I'm good now.
That was trash.
I will say this. Travis talked me into doing this podcast about a month and a half ago. And
broke your arm.
Well, no, here's the thing. I am recovering from a year of unpredictable football. That is the most ridiculous guessing of who's going to win every week that I've ever seen. Like, I think last year I probably would have been 80% guessing, and this year it's horrible.
It's awesome. What are you talking about?
No, it's awesome, but I'm saying the guessing is horrible.
Ty, you're
like I've never been more convinced that I should never gamble.
Yeah.
I should never gamble based on the way we picked games this year.
If I ever gamble, I just need to fade myself and I'll be fine. You know what I mean? Because everything that I think is an awesome idea, it sucks.
Well,
why are you blurry, Ty? You were blurry as shit.
I don't know. It's always something on my end. Always. we have this problem in Discord too, and I don't know why. Like when I go live in there and I do the video play, it might be this shitty computer. I don't know. I mean,
no, it's not the computer.
We're going to start a SEC Unleashed GoFundMe for Ty's computer.
You
need a GoFundMe for a new computer.
No, I'll just go finance one.
I just saw the Apple 14-inch is $135 a month.
Awesome. What's the interest rate on that?
The Mac Pro, huh?
24.5%.
32%.
You're paying $135 for the rest of your life.
$12.
Yeah. Yeah, the Missouri game, what's funny is I feel like, because it always comes back to quarterback play and offensive line play. And you got 90% of fans want to, well, maybe not that many, but a lot of fans want to put it all on Talon Green. And
dude, Green wasn't that bad. Like, there was, they had 16 consecutive passes or something like that.
No, it wasn't that.
He was 12 of 14 at one point.
Okay, that's pretty decent though. I mean, I wasn't mad at that.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's the
go ahead, Ty.
Goddamn fumbles, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think at one point it was like 14 of his first 17 throws he'd completed or something. He was doing pretty well, but it's just one of those things where he's going to fumble. He's going to miss open receivers. He's going to hold on to the ball. He's going to take a sack that's going to put him behind, instead of like maybe a 3 or 4 yard sack, which is most quarterbacks, it's going to be triple for Green.
Well, he's good for one every game for sure. One pick and usually a fumble.
It's either one or the other. I don't know how many games where he fumbled and threw a pick. I don't think that happened a whole lot this year, but it was like if one didn't happen, the other sure as hell was going to happen. And also Arkansas, I probably should have researched this, but Arkansas led the country in fumbles on the ground, not necessarily fumbles lost, but fumbles on the ground or something.
Oklahoma has that title.
28.
God.
I actually tweeted the other day. There was
28 fumbles.
There was an OU.
Was it
fan.
28?
Yeah.
28 or 29.
Lost, I think 13. And they
Holy
lost like 13 of them.
God, I thought it was like 21, 22 or something.
It's a shit ton. Shucks.
It's too many.
Yeah.
Well, so
And it's across the board too. Like it's Jaquindon Jackson, it's Taylor Green, it's
it's not just
Dominion.
Green. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's tons of it. Sucks.
Yeah.
How do you practice that? Like, you know what I mean? I know there is practice, like drills to it and stuff, but it's you can run all the damn drills. Number one, you were in the snow. Tim, you called that from the beginning. Tim's like, this is going to be a shit show. Yeah, and I was like, no, we're going to be awesome today because I'm an idiot.
Well, I just felt like we have fumble problems to begin with, and then you add things that cause fumbles. That doesn't make you better at not fumbling.
Right.
I mean, that just made sense to me.
The game definitely benefited the run game. I mean, for sure, and we all talked about that too. And when Arkansas runs the ball a minimum of 25 attempts, there's going to be some fumbles. And so then, like Tim said, you add some snow into there, forget about it. Like, yeah, it's gonna be rough, and that's what it was.
I want to know where the hell Russell was, and I have two theories.
Okay.
One of them's not awesome, and then the other one's probably not either. First one is he actually is still hurt, which would be insane to have a hamstring hold you out that long. I think he's going to the portal, boys. What do you think?
His dad talked with someone, I think Andrew Hutchinson from BOAS, Best of Arkansas Sports, and I guess he is either Andrew or maybe Evan over there, I'm not sure, but said that they love Sam. Like that Brett basically that as long as Sam is there, he'll be there. Which
Cam Ball said the same thing. Cam Ball put that on Twitter
today.
Yeah.
He said that's my coach.
He did.
He's a player's coach, man. There's Well,
there's always that rhetoric.
Players have a different perspective.
That's what I try to relay to people in my audience. This is what I try to tell people. They don't look at things through the optics of a fan. No. The narrative amongst fans is, these players hate Sam Pittman. No, they don't, dude. No, they don't. Are there some that maybe are disgruntled with him or the way he's handled some things, like the whole tight end stuff with Washington and Varkey's gums? Sure. I hate to tell you this, but that happens everywhere. I don't know if there's ever been a coach ever. It's one of the most loved coaches on campus, Houston Nutt. I've heard stories about players who had a lot of beef with him. So no coach is going to make everybody happy, and it's real easy, to say things, because there's no repercussions. A fan can say whatever they want, and kind of make up some bullshit. I've been tagged twice in Discord today about, how players are disgruntled with like Taylor Green. If Taylor Green comes back, they're mad at Taylor Green. And I'm like, well, I don't know if that's true or not. I've not heard that, but it wouldn't surprise me. But I also told Patreon chat tonight, I said, listen, there's going to be a lot of smoke. There's going to be a lot of bullshit. But out of all of it, maybe expect about 10% of it to be true. And you cannot.
And you got today. Green got a raise. Malachi hit the portal. Green's like, shit.
I mean, the thing is, you could say players are turning on Taylor Green, but as many problems as the team has, until they start cleaning up all the issues, there is no blame to lay strictly on Taylor Green. The offensive line played horrible all season. The fumbles were ridiculous across the board. Secondary play was terrible. I mean, you can't if a player's mad at Taylor Green, they should be mad at a whole lot of people because there were a whole lot of mistakes all season long, and they can be mad at the coaching too because there were play calls that were just boneheaded. Yeah, special teams was a disaster. So it would be hard for me to believe that guys who are on the field experiencing the game the way they experience it to not see that and not be able to attribute that, be able to say, what, man, we messed up. It's not all on Taylor Green. It's on all of us because we messed up across the board. It's hard to believe that players would be so short-sighted because they're living it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Yeah, watch out for the bullshit. It's going to be out there.
Oh,
and
gonna be
that's not
everywhere.
that's not just Arkansas. Of course, we are an SEC podcast. That is everywhere. Everyone gets it.
Oh,
All these other programs get it. Arkansas is just kind of looking up at everybody else right now, and the fans are feeling it. This is, I don't know about you guys. This feels, I don't want to say hostile, but Razorback Twitter seems
Holy
like it's
shit.
about to erupt.
I would agree with
I
you.
sent some messages in our group chat that I'm not going to put on our screen here, but holy shit, dude, people are pissed. You know what I mean? I'm not happy. I was like, even last night, I was kind of like a little bitchy, but man, I don't think I've ever seen him this pissed off.
It's, we've been around for a minute, you know.
John L. Smith, maybe.
No, I remember specifically saying that Bobby Petrino wasn't going to save the Razorbacks, and I saw a whole lot of hate and anger come from Arkansas Twitter.
Let's get this Bobby P stuff out of the way, man. Let's get it out of the way. Bobby Petrino hitting the road again. I have thoughts on this. Tim heard some reports of mutual interest. What was it you read? You read some reports
CBS
of
News
mutual
reported
interest?
there was mutual interest between Charlotte and Bobby Petrino. They also reported that Bobby's been saying behind the scenes to people that he still has head coaching in him, even though I think we've discussed on different podcasts that he has said he doesn't want to head coach anymore. They actually reported that he's saying behind the scenes that he still has plenty of head coaching in him.
Yeah.
I think he does for sure, but I don't know. Charlotte, really, dude? I'm just look, if it was at a bigger school, sure, but also Tim, like we were talking about this airport picture and stuff. Like, dude, Charlotte's the central hub of America. He could have been going friggin' anywhere. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
He
So
could
who
have
the
been
hell?
going to
Who
visit
the
his
hell really
grandkids.
knows? If there's anything, he's out recruiting, and then maybe he's dabbling in that. I think he's just trying to pump Arkansas for a raise, which is fine with me. I don't care. I think
Shitty
that's season or not. We got the fourth best offense in the SEC. Is that right?
It's I think that's right. Third or fourth.
In his
Third or
first
fourth,
year.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's the thing.
Well, there's something there, right, Ty?
What do you mean?
We had the really good yardage offense, but our scoring offense was closer to 11th or 12th.
Yeah, it was
First
towards
year,
the bottom.
Good between
First
the
year.
20s.
You know what I mean? First year.
I've said it.
Is what I'm saying.
I've said it many times. He's a 2-year install. You get between the 20s the first year, and you get the red zone the second year. But
third year touchdowns.
You know.
Or Ty, what was you about to say, man? I've cut you off like 3 times. I'm sorry, man.
I'd kick him
shit,
for
I
you're
forgot.
bigger than Travis.
What are your thoughts on Petrino on this situation?
Son of a bitch. Let me talk here, Travis.
I'm trying to direct
God, 4 times now. No, I think it could be. I said that today on the live. I said I think this is either a bluff. This is the way I kind of look at it. This is either a bluff that could turn into a reality, but I'm leaning towards it being a bluff to get more money because, like Tim pointed out, the scoring. Tim said that the scoring, not there. It's not been. It wasn't good despite it being year one and all that. I agree. Like you got to give it time. We've said this 1,000 times. It's not an offense you're going to pick up year one. Although Connor Wiegman has entered the chat, that dude was rolling in that offense last year until he got hurt at A&M. But
I think Wiegman's a better quarterback.
Well, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
that's actually tough. Wiegman had better options, right? Wiegman had a better offensive line. He had potential. Better receivers, better everything, right? And also we know Sam said that, or Bobby said this to I think Hogs Plus when he got hired, that he wasn't using his offense. He was essentially using Jimbo's vernacular, using his offense really at the end of the day. But it did, like Connor Wiegman benefited from Bobby Petrino. There's no doubt about that. Hell, that whole offense benefited last year. They went up in several categories offensively just from him being there a year. And the same thing is happening at Arkansas. Total offense, I think last year they were bottom 4 in the SEC, and this year they're top 4. So there is a good push there. But yeah, I mean, I feel like Charlotte, I don't know, man. It's a couple steps up from Missouri State, and he left that behind. And not only that, he pointed out again to Hogs Plus or the media, he has no interest in dealing with NIL. And I don't know, again, he could just be – we all know he's not real high on the honor system. Let's just be real here. This is Bobby Petrino. So I don't know. I've always said anything could happen. He could be a one and done. But I felt like this was a good hire for the offense and that they would benefit. I just wish they could put some more points on the board.
So I feel a little bit different than that. I don't think they benefit if he leaves after 1 year, because then you're just learning a whole new system again.
For sure.
I think it was a terrible hire if it's not a committed hire. And I've never thought he was committed. You can go back to Travis and I used to have a podcast called Don't Read the Comments. We did a whole special when he was announced as being rehired. And I said from the beginning, I don't think there's loyalty there. I don't think there's loyalty in Bobby Petrino. He won't be around for very long. And I got blasted for not knowing, but you just don't know Bobby Petrino. He's here to save Arkansas. And that just isn't the case at all. He's a Montana guy who has no ties to Arkansas and could give a damn. That being said, I mean, I think it's career resurrection. And if it worked out well for Bobby, he could stay if it worked out well. But something I want to bring up is when he was here before, he brought his brother, right? He brought Paul with him. Mm-hmm. Well, now he has an opportunity to maybe go coach Charlotte, and maybe he does something special with Charlotte. But what if the opportunity is to take his son, who's currently the offensive coordinator at Missouri State, and take him and coach with his son and do the LeBron James thing for a few years?
I could see that.
I could see that happening. I could see that being a really cool situation for him as a dad to bring his son in. Apparently his son's really well respected for how he's calling plays in Missouri State from what I've read.
But wouldn't you want to bring him into a big-time school that you're at currently? Like, bring him on as an analyst or some shit just to get him rolling. You know what I mean?
Why would a son leave an offensive coordinator position he's earning?
Because he probably makes as much money as an analyst here as he does as an offensive coordinator there.
Go coach for your dad.
I have heard that coordinators at that level are damn near they're almost volunteer level. Like I've heard it's, and it would be. I don't know what he would do if an analyst. I have no idea what an analyst makes. No clue. Never even thought to ask.
No.
But I could see that play. I could see him. You know what? Let's just bring him on over to Charlotte and it's baby steps, right? Let's let him be the coordinator.
Yeah.
I'm never. My whole thing the last year has been never say never. I don't know what's going to happen. I do still feel like this is a bluff, but
give that man some money. Give that man some money.
You got it.
The other thing I actually told Travis in text earlier, I think I put it in our group text earlier, was what if he is trying to tell the university, because, he did this at Auburn, squeeze out the head coach, squeeze out Sam, or I'm gone. I would like to be the head coach again. Squeeze out Sam and put me in there, or I'm out of here to Charlotte. I think that's another possibility. Kind of like you're saying, a bluff for more money, but maybe the bluff for the head coaching position, because he's saying, apparently behind the scenes, allegedly, he's saying, I still have head coaching in me. Squeeze out Sam, who needs to go anyway. The fans don't like him and they love me. I'm Arkansas Jesus, for God's sake.
I don't know.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
I was just going to say, I don't know. What I remember at Auburn was he had snuck off to interview for Louisville, if I'm remembering that correctly, because he was their OC for like a year at Auburn, and it was incredible. They were really good. And then he went on to he denied the Louisville claim or whatever, and then the next thing you know, he's the head coach at Louisville from 2003 to like 2006 or whatever. And then of course he ended up going to the Falcons. And then to Arkansas. But again, he's not his honor system, man. And again, I said this with you guys a while back. You'd never know with the guy. I have no clue. I don't think he wants to dethrone Pittman. But then again,
I think he's already King Dick around there. I don't think there's a lot Pittman tells him to do. He's kind of
the offense is
job
his
in the world. That's what I'm
saying. The offense, the offense is his.
Want? He can tell him who he wants and go get, for the most part. And then Pittman asks him for advice. He's kind of a head coach with less money, but I still think he's calling a lot of the shots. And let us not forget on the loyalty aspect of him, he did return to Louisville and left them again. So it's
he got fired. He didn't leave. He got fired.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
He got fired.
Never mind.
From what I understand,
fire him. We're good.
I mean, I don't know if, again, I don't think anyone really knows, but it wouldn't shock me if he ended up at Charlotte. It wouldn't. Nothing surprises me
Fucking
anymore.
Charlotte.
I've been there twice, dude. I went there to watch the Speedway, NASCAR, twice. We got to watch Arkansas boy Mark Martin win the last time I was there, which was like, I don't even remember, 1998, 99. And Mark Martin, my dad had been to Charlotte 3 or 4 times. And I'll never forget they had that mural painted on the side of a building of Muggsy Bogues and that Charlotte squad when the Hornets were pretty good there for a little bit.
Larry Johnson,
I thought that was
Alonzo Mourning.
Yeah, that was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. Like, oh my God, they got this huge mural painted on the side of this building. But not a fun town. Charlotte looked rough. So I don't know.
What's weird now, Charlotte to me is one of the most beautiful cities in America.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've only been
if I was leaving Northwest Arkansas, which I'm not going to do, but if I was leaving Northwest Arkansas, Charlotte would be high on my list.
Oh, wow. Again, we may have had, knowing my dad, I'll tell you what he probably did. He's a bit of a cheap guy. He probably got us the cheapest tickets on the worst side of Charlotte. And he did the same thing in St. Louis. There were a couple times we stayed on a sketchy side there, close to the bridge in a hotel. And it was kind of, it was
next door.
Dad,
what the hell is that smoke?
Dude, I can remember looking out our hotel window and just seeing cops all day running up and down the street, in their cop car, in their squad car.
Right now.
Yeah, really.
I've done that.
Is this Memphis? What the hell's going on?
I've done that with my kids. We stayed in some sketchy places on accident.
Yeah.
How the hell did we get out recruited by Memphis today, by the way?
Oh, my God.
Come on, bro.
Well, Memphis did have a pretty good year.
Yeah, we got to play them. We're going to play the kid, probably. Ridiculous.
Well, probably not, no.
Oh, what do you think? They'll redshirt him or something?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's a freshman. I'd be surprised if JaQuinton got that opportunity. From what I understand, I talked with someone about that. This was not a shock.
Okay.
He's from what's the name of that town in Georgia? Alfreda or something, Georgia. Apparently it wasn't a shock. So I don't know. Don't know how much of that's accurate from this individual. Not someone I consider one of my 3 horsemen of the Razorback apocalypse.
Without that 3-star player.
Yeah.
It's always one of those things where you see it and you're just like, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, this 25 class for Arkansas is rough. It's rough. It's not good. I'm just going to be real. It's not a good class.
Yeah.
You
think Wallace is going to flip? I thought Tavian Wallace was going to flip, and then I thought he was going to go to Florida State, and then next thing you know, today he was like tweeting some maybe a player. I saw it just glancing, and I was like, maybe he is gonna come here.
Well, I don't know, because those rumors started before anything about Florida State opened up. Like, those rumors about Tavian, again, another Georgia kid, about him possibly flipping to Florida State was before Travis Williams, I kind of wonder. I'm not saying that anyone told me this. I'm not going to say that, this is something I've heard in the streets or someone in the media is telling me this or anything. But I kind of wonder.
No, it's a fact.
Facts.
No, it's just my curiosity. If Travis Williams thought he would get that job and maybe told Tavion that, to be on the lookout, I kind of wonder if maybe that was going on, but I don't know. He doesn't strike me as that kind of guy. Travis Williams doesn't strike me as that kind of guy. The few times I've bumped into him at practice or whatever and listening to him, screaming at the players. or I could be wrong. I don't think he would have done that, but this is just something I was kind of wondering. Like, it's kind of strange, and now all that talk is gone. You're not hearing, from what I understand, I don't think anyone from Florida State media now believes that Tavion Wallace is a lock. Not saying that they're not saying that he might flip, but like it seemed like a couple of days ago, he's locked up. Well, that's when all those rumors got real hot and heavy about Travis Williams being a finalist at Florida State. Now you've got UCF, but I think UCF may have their guy. I think someone said that in my live chat today.
Good. Leave our guy the hell alone. He's
You're a Travis Williams guy?
Yeah.
You're
like
Travis Williams guy? You do?
Yeah. You don't like him?
Have you looked at our numbers? Have you looked at Arkansas's defensive numbers? Like
Chavis's numbers, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, okay, but I don't think that's how you should look at it though, right? I mean, year 2, people wanted Barry Odom gone. Like they weren't going to be sad if Barry Odom left after year 2.
I think his numbers bitch on defense would be that we just don't generate any turnovers hardly at all.
They're terrible. They're one of the worst takeaway defenses.
The secondary is pretty tough. Yeah.
They don't have depth. There's no depth. I mean, linebacker room, and that's a bigger
issue.
Or is it a coaching problem?
But depth is probably a bigger issue for Arkansas's defense than coaching, because they're generally on the field a significant amount of time, and they generally hold up pretty well until the fourth quarter, and then they fall apart.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that's on the coach to facilitate, though, right? That's on the coach to facilitate.
It's on the offensive coach to keep It's on the offensive coach to keep the ball in the offense's hands longer.
Longer.
Yeah, but let's not. I mean, again,
I'm not sure that's on the defensive coordinator to keep the offense from doing 3 and outs over and over again and fumbling 28 times in a season.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. But again, they were the number 9 offense in total offense. So they were moving the ball. They were moving the ball.
What was our overall defensive rating for the year? Do you know?
It was in the
thousands.
No, it was like
I like T. Will as a person for sure, so we'll start there. I like his aggressiveness, but our secondary just got to get sewed up, man.
I just had it pulled up a little while ago. It was somewhere in like the
blasted you out of nowhere with that.
It was somewhere in the 40s or the 50s, or maybe further back. Okay, 66th. They gave up about 366 yards a game. But no, I listen. I mean, this is the SEC though, right? I mean, if you've got to be able to rely on your defense, and Arkansas could rarely rely on their defense. Yeah, they were put in some tough situations. I talked about that continuously, and I was on the Travis Williams train, but I'm off of it. It would not hurt my feelings at all if he left Arkansas.
Well, who are you going to replace him with?
Who are you going to get?
I mean, at this point, like you couldn't get anyone like Barry Odom wasn't a good. He wasn't a good defensive coordinator.
If our offense was like rolling, he wouldn't look as bad. If our offense didn't suck so much so often, I think he would look. He wouldn't look so bad. Like he's a really bend don't break guy. He bends a shitload, especially in the secondary. But
he's flexible.
Yeah, exactly. I should make that a button. Dude.
Like I think you kind of already hit the nail on the head though. They were the worst takeaway defense. Like that to me, that's almost fair. Like enough said. And then PI calls. This team anytime they're throwing downfield.
This thing, where is it?
The what?
What is that? When they would do that?
God. Flappy Bird.
Was that just Cuddy Robinson? I think I seen Metcalf do it the other day.
There's a couple of guys that do it. It's like, infectious. One guy does it, and then another guy does it, and then
Do you think they whistle like?
I don't know.
It's terrible.
I don't know, but
I gets on my nerves, especially when we're losing.
If you do lose, I will say if you lose Travis Williams, you probably do lose Tavion Wallace.
Yeah,
but
I think I'm not. A bunch of players.
Well, maybe. I mean, you'd be surprised how many of them are committed to Pittman. I've had that confirmed to me. I had that confirmed to me during spring camp and fall camp. Yeah. A lot of those guys do really like Pittman, but a lot of them also really like Travis. So. I don't know. I guess I'm more like I don't really care what happens. I don't think it'd be the end of the world if he left, though. I don't.
Well, yeah, it's kind of how pissed do you get if a coach of a losing team quits.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Well,
it's like whenever the gates open. That's why I posted this GIF earlier. It said, "Open the gates." Like whenever all these players leave, everybody gets pissed, and it's like, why What are you mad for? You hated
That's gonna
them
be,
during the
but that's
season.
that's every year though, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be crazy. There's gonna be more. And
Oh,
you're
yeah,
gonna
I
have
think so.
you're gonna have outsiders like, oh, I told you so. There's domino number one. Like they have all the inside
Somebody
scoop.
did
and I'm
that
just,
already. I saw this domino number one with Malik, and I was like,
oh, really?
Malachi. Jeez, I'm sorry.
With Malachi?
With Malachi, somebody's like, there's the first domino. I'm like, of what, dude? This is like, yeah, it's like getting a new job every year in college football at this point.
It's a given that people are gonna, some people will just say anything for clout. I'm just like, dude, just stop.
Even a kid.
You mean there
think
are
about
clout
it,
chasers out there? Is that what you just said?
That's fine. I have no problem with clout chasing.
Nowadays,
we all
if a
do
kid
it.
wakes up at the end of the season and is like, man, I want to move to Florida because I want to go to the beach, he can do that shit. You know what I mean? That doesn't even have to anything affected. Like, they're like, oh, I'm going to transfer, get the hell out of here, and go. I'm going to go to the beach for.
Well, they got to be. Listen, they got to. Yeah, I mean, that school has to offer them. They can't just wake up and transfer there. But
I just wonder how many guys already know beforehand, like how much tampering. There's a shitload of tampering going on for sure. Yeah. So it's like, how many of them know that they're already going to go beforehand? They're like, yeah, I'm going to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. What's up, Matt? How long has that been there?
Just to say,
whoops.
you just
Not too long.
ago.
I put it on the screen already. Highlighted
Oh,
my
my
guy.
bad.
What's up, bro?
My bad. We try to catch people in chat.
Yeah, we're out here. We're yakking. So we got to think about this SEC championship game. It's about what we expected.
No.
Yeah.
No. You don't get to take credit for that.
You shut up.
You don't
Arkansas
get to
was
take credit
supposed
for
to be
that.
here.
Texas A&M is what I heard. No, both of you. Texas A&M is what I heard.
That's fair.
Texas isn't for real. Texas isn't for real. I
They're
heard
not.
both of you. Texas
not.
isn't for real.
You
They're
think
not.
Georgia?
But they were.
Georgia,
They were
Georgia
real
kicks
enough.
their ass, and Texas opens as a 2.5-point favorite.
So
In Atlanta.
So A&M's congrats. The team that barely beat Arkansas.
Year one.
Year
That's crazy.
one. Yeah, Elko's a good coach. Man,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think
I like Elko. I do like
Elko.
Elko.
8-4,
But at the end of the day, they're 8-4. Like that's and this is the thing about the SEC. I don't know who's real and not. I think Georgia's better, and I'm going to take Georgia in this game. But again, Texas, that schedule, dude, is weak as hell. Outside of having to play at College Station, that was their toughest game, and I'm going to give them credit. I didn't see that coming. Here's what's funny: I picked A&M here, but I picked Texas in our official predictions in Discord. So
really?
I did. I forgot about it. I really did.
Well, good move.
I
know,
am
right?
the only person who picked Texas and stuck with it, and I was right.
Matt said Texas cannot win in their first year in the SEC.
I agree with that. I don't want them to.
We'll never hear the end of
that's
that
real.
shit. You know what I mean?
If they beat, listen, I'll change my attitude if they win this. They got clobbered last time they played them at home against their best opponent. But I will admit, to me, this is the game for Texas to prove it. Because otherwise, they're going to lose this.
Well, they said this stat on the game the other night. Texas A&M, Texas. They said that it's happened either 5 or 7 times. I want to say it was 7. It's happened 7 times that teams have played in the regular season and then met in the SEC championship game. And 5 out of 7 times, the team that won during the regular season won again in the SEC championship game. So I'm picking Georgia. I think Georgia's going to handle Texas again because there's the talent's there. But then Georgia has been such a letdown at times.
Say, Georgia
They have, yeah.
wishy-washy,
I have
dude.
had the worst time picking games this year, which is kind of cool and also kind of sucks when you feel like you know something about football and then you look like an idiot.
Maybe when they
Georgia's
lose
made me
games,
look like
their
an idiot a couple
players
of
are.
times.
Maybe when they lose games, their players are tired because they just got out of jail. You know,
Right. Yeah. Well, here's the one common denominator with Georgia, and I'll give them credit here. All their losses were on the road. Their 2 losses, I should say. Their 2 losses were on the road. It's not easy to win. And those are, listen, when you're Georgia, you have a giant target on your back. Of course, that crowd's going to be insane. However, that Ole Miss game, I'm still just like, what the hell, didn't expect that. They're very hard to predict, but that's been all of college football. And I really think Texas benefited from one of the easier schedules in the SEC.
I agree with that.
And Georgia has just been wishy-washy, and I think the portal has been the great equalizer, and it has changed the landscape.
Yeah,
but I think with
Georgia's
Texas,
the new
maybe,
Bama, kinda.
I think Texas maybe with the weaker schedule just made it harder to tell if they're for real or not. It doesn't mean they're not real. It just means it's harder to tell until they play tougher opponents. But they came out pretty real against Texas A&M. I know Texas A&M kind of made a comeback.
They beat them and they made them like it.
Yeah, they had to earn it, and
they had to earn it,
I don't
at the
know.
beginning, they pounced on them early, and then Texas A&M came back. Because I know I was texting you guys like, "Oh, this is looking good." Like Texas A&M's not just getting beat; they're getting whipped. And then Texas A&M made a bit of a run, and you guys start shooting back at me. But at first, Texas came out and said, "Yeah, well, at least Travis did." I don't remember. I'd have to go back to our group text.
And knowing Travis, he's probably drunk.
Yeah, hell yeah.
There's a good chance of it. There's taking shots at Tim. So
it could be
but
that.
All that to say, it could just be that it's hard to tell because they haven't played anybody, but they do have the talent. It is Texas.
Well, yeah, of course they have the talent. That's never the debate. The debate is the product on the field.
Well, they have the coaching.
Well, Sarkisian's a good coach.
I like
Sarkisian, but again, you could be a great coach and still not have a really solid product on the field. I've watched them. I probably watched Texas play, not a ton, but I watched them a lot. And I'm going to be real. Most of the time I walked away. I don't think they're whatever rank they were at the time. I think when I was watching them, they were like third.
I know. I heard you over and over again.
I don't think they're the. Oh, you did not on a live show probably, but I don't go around.
That's what I'm saying.
When they played the
live shows, you're like Texas isn't real.
After they played the Razorbacks, I said that too. I was like, Texas A&M's a whip their ass.
Arkansas
said that too.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't. They should have manhandled Arkansas, and they didn't. And I've just not watched them enough this year to go. Yeah, no, I think they're legit. But I will say the way they played A&M, and I thought, wow, this is going to be ugly. Like they're going to kill A&M. A&M didn't make them earn it at the end, but I will say they walked into College Station, they got to win, and that is impressive. But I'll say this: that
place was rocking, by the way.
At night with Texas,
it was louder than probably it's ever been. And in fact,
loud,
Sarkisian, I don't know if you heard, he had to go to the refs and tell them like they are playing music to the 2-second mark to keep my players from hearing the play calls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was
like
pretty
they were intentionally.
Mississippi State gets those damn cowbells. Why not?
Cowbells are so.
But I think if Texas, it could be a weird situation where because the playoffs are so stupid, Texas might actually get a pretty good ride to who knows how far. And that's what's wild about college football. I don't know that you have to be the best team in the country to win this whole thing. I don't even know if you have to be the top 3. The way that they have this playoff set up and who's in whatever bracket, like I don't know. But I think it's going to be Georgia that wins this, but nothing would surprise me. Sarkisian is, by the way, as far as like just football minds, game managers, getting his guys ready, time, clock management. Sarkisian to me is like the whole package. I really, it would not shock me if they got payback against Georgia. I'm taking Georgia, but I think this might be a fight. And again, I almost want to flip a coin to pick the winner. But I do think Georgia's the better team. I think they've had the better product. They've just had a couple slip-ups that were bizarre, especially the Ole Miss one. How bad that one got, I should say.
I got to show y'all something real quick. Tell me if y'all seen this bracketology, man? The Week 15 bracketology.
Are you going to share it?
Oh, yeah, I am right now.
I was like, what do we look at?
I just put it up over our thing. I was unprepared, but I saw this the other day, yesterday. Look at number 11. What the fuck is going on, man? Come on, man. They get a free pass because they whooped so much ass over all the years.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Nah, I don't think so. Dude. I mean, who did they beat?
Listen. Here's the problem. Here's the problem for real. I love that we have a 12-team playoff right now, and you can't just keep expanding it over and over again. But let's be
I think 12
let's be honest for a second. Indiana doesn't belong. Boise State doesn't belong. Penn State doesn't belong.
Even with Genty?
I think maybe Boise State
sorry,
belongs
they
with Ginty. I just don't think they should be the 4 seed. I don't think they should be.
If they
four.
do, they're the 11 seed. I mean,
10 or 11,
these
yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
Georgia, if this was the way it was laid out, Georgia blasts Indiana. It's not even close.
Oh, yeah,
I
they're
think so
gonna
too.
shit out of them. Is this predicting that Texas beats Georgia? I'm presuming because they have Texas as a 2 seed. And
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, that would be Texas beating Georgia.
Yeah, this will change.
This would be
will
awesome
change.
though, kind of like Ohio State versus Tennessee. I think Ohio State would wax them. I'm sorry.
I don't know, boys. I think we need about a 32-team playoff.
I mean,
the field of 64.
the way that parity happened this year, there is a lot of parity this year, but there's also a lot of weak schedules that allowed people to get here. And we looked at a few of these over the last couple of weeks. The Indiana doesn't belong just based on schedule alone. They don't belong.
I'm trying to pull up Alabama's schedule. I want to see their losses this year.
Well, Vanderbilt's one of them.
Wait, whose losses?
Alabama's losses. I'm trying to
Yeah. They lost.
Damn,
I mean,
that's crazy.
that's a bad loss.
Now it's a really bad loss. At first, it looked like they were going to power up a little bit, but they kind of petered out toward the end of the year.
It's not bad in terms of Vanderbilt had their best football year in years, but
dude, they lost to Oklahoma 24-3. I forgot about that. Holy shit!
Right, Oklahoma
what are we doing
basement
here?
dweller.
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't
Tennessee,
justify Bama in the 11 spot, but they're better than Indiana. I think every team on this whole thing,
I think
Bama included,
Ole Miss,
wipes
South Carolina,
Indiana.
both should be in over Bama in 11. At least Ole Miss. I mean, South Carolina heated up at the end of the year because Ole Miss beat their. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me. Explain. Why should Ole? You're gonna get us canceled. All right. So you think Alabama should be in over South Carolina or Ole Miss?
I think it's a toss-up, and it doesn't matter which of the three get in.
Oh, explain. That's a South Carolina's a tough one, dude. Okay, here's the question.
Last week.
Here's the question. SEC's top, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. SEC's top 9 versus everybody else. Who like the Big Tens, the ACC.
This is the year, though. This is the year that top 9 could all lose their first game.
Yeah.
It's weird. I mean,
it's
weird.
a wild year.
It's a weird year, dude.
It is a wild year. They could all lose their first game. It's stupid. If you asked me last year, SEC's top 9 against the field, I'd pick at least 5 of the top 9, if not 6.
I think I
don't know, man, because they could go and throw up an egg like idiots.
Well, and to be fair, that is true, but I would take Arkansas, or the SEC's definitely wouldn't take Arkansas. Would definitely take the SEC's top 7 against anybody, especially the way like South Carolina's playing right now. Tennessee's gotten their shit together to a degree. Georgia, I think, is getting it together. Texas, even though I don't think they're going to go the distance in the playoffs, I could be wrong. I think they probably would beat most everybody in that group. So that's, I guess, that's the way we should look at it, is who's got the best top half conference. I think most people would probably agree to be the SEC, but you're also right. It is weird. It's a very, very weird season, especially when we're sitting here talking about Vandy beating Alabama. I mean, it's like we are in the Spider-Verse.
And taking Tennessee
man.
Pretty close. I mean, they stayed with Tennessee for
several
a long
teams.
Time. Texas, they only lost by 3 or a touchdown or something.
It was low. Yeah.
It was low.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was 27, 25, 24, something like that.
If this were to come to fruition, I think Notre Dame would whoop Alabama's ass. What do y'all think? Because I think they'd whoop their ass.
Say that again.
I said if this stands true, right? This is just prediction from Andy Staples, but if 6-11, if Notre Dame played Alabama, I think Alabama would get the shit beat out of them.
You think so?
Yeah.
You want me to answer that question?
Yes, I do.
Let's see.
You gonna roll Tide? Roll Tide.
I
don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
I know nothing about who Notre Dame played.
They whooped Texas A&M's ass, but I guess that doesn't say
At the first of the
too
year.
much. Yeah, they're getting better.
I give it a little less weight, and the entire committee
Their
gives the
worst
first
loss
of the year
is
win.
Northern
If they beat
Illinois.
Oregon at the first of the year and Oregon went undefeated the rest of the way, it wouldn't mean anything that they beat them at the first of the year.
Now I got to look up Notre Dame's record.
Well, you need to look at who Notre Dame played. That's what's important.
That's
reasonable.
where I'm going. That's where
All right,
I'm
you got it? Sweet.
Northern Illinois is who beat them. And that was at pretty sure that was at Notre Dame.
That was a bad loss.
That was a
really bad loss,
dude.
And then, look at the rest of their schedule. The only thing I'd give them is they beat Louisville, but all their toughest games were at home outside of the USC game, and USC is not a good football team. So again, it kind of goes back to Tim's.
See this bracket the whole time.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, go ahead.
But there's too many teams with very weak, not great schedules that are in this, and I think you would have to include Notre Dame in this as well. And I don't care that they played at the time number 15. Yeah. At the end of the year, how good were these teams? And their best win might be Louisville 8-4 in the ACC. And the ACC is putrid outside of maybe SMU and maybe Miami. But even Miami, what the hell happened to them?
Are they still independent, or are they actually in a league? Yeah, Notre Dame.
No, Notre Dame's independent, but kind of tied to the ACC.
Yeah.
We should be independent.
It's a weird, stupid.
Just play whoever.
You're not prepared. You're not prepared for that argument about where Arkansas belongs. Nobody is. I get asked this all the time.
American Athletic Conference. Sunbelt.
Well, we're not going to go that far. But I'm not going to go that far. But
Big
They
12,
don't
bro,
exist
for real.
anymore,
Big
but
12.
they're the conference.
That's my
Pac-12.
I've been thinking we should go to Big 12 for 10 years. But, they won't ever, which is fine.
There's no money in it.
But we didn't do so hot against the Big
money.
12 this year either. So
they lost that one.
State.
Yeah, they lost Oklahoma State.
Come on.
It doesn't matter that
Were we there
it
Super
doesn't
Bowl
matter
or
that
what?
we don't have the best record because we still get more money from the SEC, whether we're 4-8 or 7-6 or 10-3, or we still
Here's
get
a
more
good-
money from the SEC than we would from any of the other conferences.
Here's a good win for Notre Dame. They beat Georgia Tech 31-13.
That was a good one. That was a pretty good
pretty
game,
good
but that was at home for them.
Oh, okay. And Louisville's a decent win. Yeah, Texas A&M's probably their best win.
Mm-hmm.
And USC doesn't really even count, so.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's intriguing, dude. I still don't think Bama belongs in it, dude. And I'm an SEC guy, but I'm just like, I just think a different SEC team belongs in there. And I don't know which one.
Like I said, I feel like you could toss it up. You can toss it up on South Carolina, Ole Miss, Alabama.
The only reason I lean
and
Ole
you
Miss is
can't
because
get
Ole
it
Miss beat
wrong,
South Carolina.
I don't think.
Earlier in the season.
So you think Ole Miss over Bama and over South Carolina?
Probably. Just based on
I can't
wins.
argue it.
Yeah. I'd like to see South Carolina in there. I just don't think they've got the resume for it.
The only killer for me for Ole Miss is Kentucky at home.
There's one of those for everybody. That's the whole point.
There is. Alabama's is Vandy. And
there is, but then they also lost to.
actually, Alabama's maybe Oklahoma.
I'll give them at LSU. Everyone loses at LSU at night. I mean, I'm not going to penalize them there, but they did lose to Florida, who they got their shit together, but you're still talking about a 500 SEC team, and that was it. I think they really have the Kentucky loss is really bad. I mean, you're talking about 1-7 in conference play. That's damn near like losing to Mississippi State.
Yeah.
So it's pretty bad. I that's my only holdup. I would probably go South Carolina maybe over those two. If I had to pick.
Again, I couldn't argue
playoff.
with you. I really honestly feel it's a toss-up. So
It is.
Scorpio said Arkansas versus Oklahoma for a bowl game. I'd be all right with that. I was kind of pissed we didn't play Oklahoma this year anyway. Before I knew they sucked, but they're probably
the quad really should be Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, A&M. That should be the quad.
That would
I
be
wish they'd
wonderful.
done pods. I wish they had done pods.
I thought they
man.
were gonna do pods, and I was excited about
That
it.
is the way our schedule should be set up for the SEC.
Oh, John Haas
And then
said,
you
"What's
could,
up?"
Then you could put LSU and Missouri as our 2 out of quad, and then maybe one from the far side. I don't know, South Carolina, because we came into the league at the same time.
Just get Missouri
And
out.
that would be a great series of games that people would be interested in all year long. I mean, every season people would be interested in that set of games.
I did like that. Seemed to me that everyone's starting to pick up that Arkansas shouldn't be playing Missouri, and that that
I don't think they want to at this point anymore.
Or the LSU. I saw Barstool talking about this. LSU Barstool said that they want the Arkansas rivalry back.
Matt Mitchell did it this week too.
I was surprised by that. Like, because all I've ever been told, LSU doesn't care about this rivalry, but you have Barstool LSU with a ton of followers coming out and saying, "Nah, fam, this ain't it. We should be playing Arkansas."
That's fair.
That makes me feel like, wait a minute. Maybe this was more of a rivalry than people realize. I get that the SEC did this because of, televisions, because of network, who's more attractive? Arkansas with their tiny ass little 3 million people, poor poverty ass state, or, LSU and A&M and all these other in Texas. Like, those are the more intriguing games. I get it. Arkansas's, especially when they're not relevant, I guarantee you they're probably going to have the lowest ratings, bottom 5 ratings in the SEC, I would imagine. Maybe I'm wrong, but I get it. I know why the SEC did it, but I was surprised.
I don't think it can be that bad of ratings because we were landing the day after Thanksgiving game every year. Now we're on Saturday with Missouri because nobody cares.
I don't know.
Nobody
Maybe
actually cares.
Well, we had the day after Thanksgiving slot with them anyway, with Missouri for a while, didn't we?
They had it a
couple times. I want to say at least 2 or 3 years.
Well,
yeah,
it replaced LSU at that day after Thanksgiving game. Now it's Saturday because it's irrelevant. Because there's no eyes on it, Missouri or Arkansas. Nobody cares. But I will say Matt Mitchell did a great takedown on his regular SEC YouTube channel. And he plays both sides and he plays the SEC commissioner. And he was like, as the LSU guy, he was like, "Yeah, we don't like OU. This is stupid. We want Arkansas back."
Yeah.
So even the guy who's just commenting on the thing, he's like, "This is what's wrong with you."
That was, I always felt like that was a good rivalry for Arkansas. I don't know about for LSU, but again, so I don't know who Matt Mitchell is, but is that the kind of goofy kind of
the bald dude?
he's
This
the
is
heavy.
hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah. You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
I watch it every.
Oh
week.
wait!
So-
You shared that in group. Okay,
I
you shared
did.
that.
He's every week commenting on the games, and they're so funny every time.
I have seen.
And sometimes they're very pointed, like in your face, but funny.
Yeah.
And that particular one, there's a couple of the different rivalries that he points at the SEC, like, "You guys are idiots for this." And the Arkansas LSU one is one of the ones he points at, like, "You guys are idiots."
He's right. He's right. That they should never have. Like, that was organic. Arkansas and LSU had history going all the way back to the 60s. When LSU beat Arkansas and prevented them from having the possibility of being back-to-back champions in 65 after winning it all in 64. There's history between Arkansas and LSU.
Crazy ass games.
I think honestly, if you're gonna be putting together real rivalries to the best of your ability, then Texas OU Red River rivalry needs to move to Thanksgiving rivalry week.
I know.
That's fair.
I thought it would be.
I
really thought that would be. I wonder if there's some kind of hang up about the date.
There's only a couple of rivalries bigger than that in the SEC. Auburn, Alabama,
Red River shootout in the good old days. I think there was a school
Texas
shooting and they
OU
renamed
is
it.
Huge. I can't believe it's not a rivalry week game. That blows me away.
I swear I'm not playing.
Even though
for it.
Texas, is going to kill OU every time now.
Yeah.
For a
Certainly
few
looks
years
that
at
way.
least.
It'll
We'll
never
see.
be a game again. I'm sorry, OU, but you didn't belong.
I'm on the fence about that.
I am too. I don't. know if I agree with
Oklahoma can recruit like crazy out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Like,
Yeah.
They were. I mean, they beat out everybody for talent in that area, and don't underestimate what they can do in the state of Texas as far as recruiting. And then they have their own backyard, which doesn't produce a ton of talent, but Oklahoma City, and then Norman does okay, and then of course you got Tulsa. They don't have to leave. They don't have to travel east of the Mississippi. Like they can stay right in their back.
But I think that there was something there when it was Big 12 and SEC, but now they're both in the SEC with Texas A&M in the SEC. I mean, I think it makes a difference now. I think it honestly makes a difference now. So,
I don't know that they're definitely not going to do what they did in the Big 12. They're not going to finish top 2 every year in the SEC. That's damn sure not going to happen here.
That's over.
But I don't think they're going to be this bad forever. I think they're probably, I don't know, maybe they're going to swap with like Texas A&M. They could basically take A&M's spot eventually. I could see them being that, like 8-9 wins, maybe even 9, maybe 10 wins. They're going to get into the playoffs. I don't see them being this bad forever. I just don't.
I do.
Nah.
I think they become a basketball school only.
They could, yeah, and it is possible. And that was the thing about the SEC with Texas A&M. Like when they joined the SEC in 2012, if you look at their recruiting, it charts like, okay, Big 12, Big 12, Big 12, SEC, and now you've got 2 other. So I do agree. Like there is that kind of that work is in, right? Like they were the big dogs as far as going out and, hey, we're in the SEC, come be an SEC or come play at an SEC school. In Texas, we're the only guy. Now you got 2 other teams. And by the way, Arkansas, I don't mean to bring this back to Arkansas, but Arkansas needs to get back in the Dallas-Fort Worth area like crazy too.
So bad.
I mean, not that they don't, but they need to be heavier in that area.
Agreed.
John Hall said I look like a minifigure. I'm gigantic, so there's that.
Oh my God! Did you get torched?
Yeah, I did. Man.
Travis looks like a Lego man.
Got cooked, bro. Damn.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Why you gotta do him like that, John? Damn.
Damn, what a dick, dude.
John's right. That's right. It's the Texas. It's the Texas State or the Texas State Fair. That's right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That sucks. Move the state fair.
Yeah, move the state fair. That's right.
Jadavian Clowney's got a cousin named Demon.
Demon?
Demon Clowney. I swear to God.
Clowney. Well, Darren McFadden has a son named Tank.
Or Diesel, isn't it Diesel?
Or Diesel, my bad. Diesel. Yeah. Diesel McFadden. That's a badass awesome name, by the way.
That is a badass name, bro. I'm just flipping through the transfer.
Tim looked like he's a solid fart away from having to buy new underwear. Well, it does kind of look like you're taking a shit, Tim.
I was just thinking to myself, man, I still owe John Haas a bottle of dough ball, but I don't. Thanks, John. You let me off the hook right there,
mind.
bro.
You just got cooked.
Holy Jesus.
Scorpio
That's
says
what
I
I'm
see
looking at right now.
I see
Go
projections saying we could play at the Birmingham Bowl against West Virginia or the Texas Bowl against Texas Tech or Baylor.
So
I got a Texas Bowl game for you. Texas Bowl versus Georgia Tech. They're 8-4, or no, they're 7-4. I think so.
I don't want any part of Georgia Tech if Haynes
we'd get
King
the
is
shit
playing.
kicked out of us, but fortunately,
Haynes King will fucking torch Arkansas' defense.
Torch us. It would be fun to watch though, for a little bit.
I don't know that I would like them against any of those teams, especially if you don't have Andrew Armstrong.
Virginia Tech, maybe. Yeah, we're definitely not going to be.
Sure.
Armstrong already said thank you. We're screwed on that one.
I will say there are a lot of receivers in the transfer portal.
Yeah, there's a lot of linemen in the transfer portal right now.
Mississippi State is crying right now because half their receivers are in the transfer portal.
And a backup quarterback. There's a lot of players already. The damn thing hadn't even opened yet. It doesn't even open for another week.
Yeah, opens next Monday.
Ton of players in.
And it ends on the 28th. That's the other thing we probably should mention. Malachi. Malachi Singleton.
We're going to talk about Malachi. Yeah, the last thing, our last line item is transfer portal mania, brother. Because it's going fucking crazy, dude.
Well, I mean, listen, that's to be expected. Like, we say that every year. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy every year. I think I
love it. I'm used to it now.
I do too.
It's like
But
Christmas.
like Malachi, this is one of the reasons why I think Razorback Twitter is about to pop, because a lot of people will say the wrong quarterback entered the portal. I'm not saying that I agree with that. I wanted them both back. I wanted Malachi back. I don't want Green in the portal. I don't want to have to start over, especially now.
Malachi to UCF. Why are people saying that? They just
that's
lost
where
their
he
head
was
coach.
going to go last year.
Yeah, with Malzahn, but Malzahn literally is officially announced already as Florida State's offensive coordinator, which is a crazy
Which is
thing
where
to
I
me.
think. Which is where I think Malachi's going.
UCF,
Florida State.
Florida State.
I can see him going
He's
to
going to follow
Florida State.
Malzahn. Malzahn was at UCF and he was going to
need a
UCF.
quarterback.
Malzahn's at FSU. It's still Florida. It's still Malzahn. That's where he's going. I'm calling it now.
You think Malzahn wants another Arkansas quarterback after that KJ bullshit?
Well, I think Malachi has better potential than KJ did.
I don't know where he should go. I don't know everyone's. I don't know.
I'm not saying that's where he should go.
I know I'm
saying
happy
that's where I
for
think
him
he's
because he does deserve to play. That's like one where I didn't even get pissy. I was like, yeah, I get that.
Okay, so John brings up something interesting. Malachi don't got enough tape to get a P4 deal. Okay. Partly true, but it's very similar. I'm looking at the portal now. It's very similar to the NBA draft. And guys in the NBA get drafted on potential. It's the same thing in the portal. Like, if you don't have tape, then okay, what's your potential? We know Malachi was a 4-star. He camped really well. There's enough high school footage of him out there. I don't know I don't think other teams get access to practice film. I don't know how that works. He does have the Tennessee film. He has the Ole Miss film. I would disagree if you believe that, he doesn't have the film, so he's not going to get a P4 offer. However, he may end up going group of 5 because it's going to be his best shot at getting a chance to play immediately.
Might end up at damn UCA or something.
Could end up, who knows, man, Arkansas State or no, I don't think he'd end up at UCA. He'll end up either at a group of 5 or a lower.
If he went to Arkansas
He'll end up
State,
at a group of 5 or he'll go to a lower tier P4. That's my guess. He is, again, it's very similar to the NBA draft. It's based on just your potential. And I think his potential, we all know it, it's pretty high. And I have a feeling we're going to see him, if not next year, in the we lost Tim. In the next couple of years, we're going to see Malachi ball. And that's what sucks.
It does suck, but like good for him, but I think
yeah, right. I'm not yeah.
I know what you're saying. I think he's gonna. I just don't want him to get on a team and just come and whip our ass like Ty Story did. You know what I mean?
That's yeah.
Because that happens a lot to us.
That's the new norm, not just here, but I mean you're gonna see that in a lot of places. It just is what it is. Malachi. Oh wait, dude hasn't played enough meaningful snaps in 3 years. Yeah, again, John, it's not about that. It's not that simple. Again, it's about potential. So, but I don't know that I see him going. Why would you want to go to Gus Malzahn? Look what he's done to quarterbacks. Like, I don't know that that's where I'd want to go. Cam Newton was a long ass time ago.
Dude, if I'm him, I'm going to the Big
5.
12.
He won't be going to. He won't be going to Charlotte if Bobby goes there.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Wouldn't that be funny if he did, though? Wouldn't that be funny if he did? And then he fucking kills it, if Bobby went to Charlotte.
I was watching a podcast earlier, and somebody was said, well, Taylor Green will go with Bobby Petrino. I'm like, Charlotte can't afford Taylor Green. Ain't no way, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how their NIL situation is being a smaller school like that, or if there even is one. They're like, y'all just got to tough it out and win some damn games.
Their NIL's like the Arkansas offensive line. You get some free barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got this golden pass to McDonald's whenever you want it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The portal's nuts. There's a big ass offensive lineman from Stanford that I'm like, I even tagged Mateo, so I was like, dude, do it. not that matters at all. He'd probably been talking to the guy for a week and a half, but
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Who do you think Arkansas might be able to pull out of the transfer portal? I know it's super early, probably a difficult question, but just your thoughts, dude. Yeah.
I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, it's right now. I haven't on the Tuss Talk Patreon portal page. I've only got 2 guys on there right now. No, 3. My bad. Forgot about Jaheim Otis, that kid out of Alabama. So that is one kid I think they are most likely talking with already because his cousin's already committed to Arkansas. Although I don't want to say I'd be on watch for him, but Jaheim Otis is recruiting, or not Jaheim Otis, his cousin, the younger Otis, who's committed to Arkansas. But dude, I've heard he's a hot commodity. Like there's going to be some schools that are going to start really ratcheting up.
While we're on recruiting,
maybe trying to flip him. But Jaheim Otis would be one. Jason Brooks is the other from Oklahoma State, who Arkansas has reportedly already reached out to. 6'3", 310-pound interior offensive lineman. And then the guy that I have on the list right now, who was one of Pittman's first offers back in 2020, is Amari Kelly at Mid-Tennessee. 6 foot, 180-pound wide receiver. He was a 4-star. And maybe I'm getting him twisted with somebody else. But he's in – I'm looking at it now. It says he was a 4-star in the 22 class. He signed with Auburn. So I'm getting him mixed up with someone else. But he transferred to Mid-Tennessee last year. No, I have it – was offered by Arkansas in 2020. 85 snaps last year out of the slot, 272 out at the wide. He caught 53 of 84 targets. So his catch ratio was 63% with just 5 drops and 328 yards after catch. So Amari Kelly might be someone to keep an eye on. Again, he was out of Middle Tennessee. So just to answer his question.
I actually have a recruiting question for you, Ty, because you are the all-knowing.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I saw a tweet today because I have no life apparently. I see a lot of tweets that said that Arkansas stopped recruiting Kane Archer as hard. What's the deal with that kid? Isn't he like all world? What the hell's going on with Kane Archer in Arkansas? Do you know?
I know his brother Cash, they never offered. Unless something's changed. They never offered his brother, who plays linebacker, who's a 3-star. Unless that's changed, I don't know. But I don't know what the deal is with Archer. I don't know. I don't know if it's he's kind of waiting and seeing. I'm not sure. There's plenty of people who say they know, but every time I read something either in Discord, Patreon, or Maine, I take it back to someone. They laugh and they go, "No, that's not."
Scorpio said, "Oh, I'm a Greenwood guy. I can weigh in on that. Let's do it, man."
Oh yeah, weigh in on it.
According to their parents, hell yeah. They did not offer Cash, and they want to play together. Why would you not just offer Cash just to get Kane and be like, it's fine. We'll figure it out, dude. We'll rotate you in on 3rd string or something. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
I
just don't understand it. Yeah, you can play special teams. Anyway. That's what we do with everybody else.
I don't know.
What if it could badass,
Listen, it could also be since he's been like this big hot ticket item in Arkansas. Arkansas's had 3 different coordinators, and not a single one of them have offered him. So think about that. Maybe they're seeing something on film that he's not all that. Maybe it's either that or they're they believe they've got something in Grayson Wilson. I don't know. It could just be too that he doesn't want an Arkansas offer. I mean, that could also be it. I mean, sometimes it really is that simple, and so Arkansas doesn't pull the trigger.
One of our buddies' kids plays for Fayetteville, and he didn't want an Arkansas offer. I'm not gonna drop a name right now, but and then I heard, recently I heard he may walk on at Arkansas. So I don't know. He wanted to get out of here.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. I've heard stuff, from kids like, "Oh, well, I never wanted an offer," and it turned out. I'm not saying that's the case with your friend, but it turned out that they were upset that Arkansas didn't offer them, so they were like, "No, I didn't want that offer anyways." I've had some pretty funny stories shared with me over the last couple of years, but I don't know if that's the case here with you. But I can remember playing. When I played at Fayetteville, we had probably one of the top punters / kickers, like in a tri-state area, and he was upset about Arkansas not giving him an offer. And this was back in the day when those guys walked on; they didn't get scholarships. Mm-hmm. And he was wanting a scholarship offer, and Houston Nutt wouldn't give him the offer. This was back in 1999, 2000, whatever, my sophomore year at Fayetteville. But he's a really damn good kicker. I'm pretty sure he set like every Fayetteville record they had, and everyone thought he was a big deal. I remember his name was always in the paper, and he never got an offer. And don't know what happened to him. I think he followed Michael Brizell, who played in the NFL, who was a teammate of mine. Ended up following him to Colorado State, and Brizell got to play in the NFL. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I don't know what's up with Archer. It could be a multitude of things. It really could just be that he doesn't want to play for Pittman or the coordinators.
Here I was sitting here going, man, this guy's gonna be the future. Scorpio actually.
A lot of people did. I mean, dude, there was a really popular TikTok video about him.
Yeah, I remember. I've seen it.
Yeah,
and,
had like hundreds of thousands of views about this freaking nature ninth grader, or whatever he was, and here he is, So
someone we should go after. We need to replace a really productive guy. We need to replace Andrew Armstrong.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, Arkansas's got to figure it out.
Well, there's a
lot
guy that
of wide
Arkansas
receivers
offered.
in there.
There's a guy that Arkansas offered who's hitting the portal. His name's Micah Hudson from Texas Tech.
I saw that.
Oh, they offered him before? Or they
Wait.
offer already?
They offered him, and he went to Texas Tech, and now he's transferring. I would love to see us offer him back. Please come.
What's his stats?
We need you.
I need stats now.
He's 6 foot. He's 6 foot 190. As a high schooler, he was a 5-star. He was rated the 4th best receiver in Texas and the 5th best receiver overall, 25th nationally.
He was a 5-star in high school?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, Micah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Micah. Stud.
Yeah.
And now he's not happy at Texas Tech and hitting the portal after 1 year. So
maybe they'll take a run at him. Maybe. Well, it depends. I mean, Bobby's got to clear this shit up pretty quick.
Yeah, he does.
For recruiting purposes, especially. Like, if he's going to leave, he needs to go.
I just saw him hit the portal.
He needs to announce it.
Yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday or today. Yeah. He was a top 5 receiver. And so 247 says, and I was trying to pull that up, they say underneath his profile that Arkansas offered, but then if you go through his timeline, there's no offer. So I vaguely remember Arkansas. I remember Kenny Guyton going after him, but it does say there, if you look down below, that Kenny Guyton offered him. He's a name I've thought about adding to that list, but I haven't yet because I'm kind of waiting to see what happens with Petrino.
Yeah, I know, obviously you can't necessarily determine it for them, but I hope we do go back after him. We need receivers, especially when we've had to rely on
Petrino knows receivers, though, so that's definitely a good thing.
And I will say, too, oh, go ahead. Sorry. See, I cut you off that time.
That's fine. Go ahead. I'm more interested in what you got to say than what I got to.
Well, I was going to say, don't forget they have had a 5. It's not like they've never had a former 5-star under Pittman at wide receiver.
Who was that?
Remember the Oklahoma kid transferred here?
Oh, God. He was a 5-star? Jaden Hazelwood.
Yeah.
He's a rapper now.
Are you serious? He's a rapper?
Somehow or another, I still follow him on Twitter. And I see him the other day, he was like, you remember Jinkos?
Yeah, I remember Jinkos.
He rocks like gigantic jeans like Jinkos all the time. And, I
love it.
He was in like Japan the other day and was like about to do my first show or something. I was like, holy shit.
Whoa.
Guy, okay. Yeah, so I guess he's a rapper or some sort of musician. I'm going to presume rapper. But
well, yeah, he was a
rapper.
I'm not a rapper.
I did know that, yes. Or he was a former rapper.
Yeah, a washed up rapper.
Yeah, but Jaden Hazelwood was indeed a 5-star.
Damn!
Don't ask me what exact class.
We didn't get Evan Stewart. I ain't gonna go loud. Like when Petrino came, I was like, "Oh, we can get Stewart, bro." No, he's like, "I'm going to Oregon. Fuck y'all."
Yeah.
Oh, what else you boys got? We good? That's Scorpio. You may have a point there. It's attained to the new number 1. Barring he goes in the damn portal, yeah.
Well, I mean, he's from Fayetteville. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah, he'll probably hang around then.
I remember he was committed to 14 different schools. He was committed to, was it A&M first or Oregon first?
Satania?
I don't know. Yeah, Centennial.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't
Arkansas
know
was
that.
his third. Mm-hmm.
John, I feel you. Yeah. It just depends on how much faith. John said he's probably gone. It depends on how much faith they have in their quarterback and the returning quarterback and how just all this shit plays out. But I think that it's going to be an interesting portal season, boys.
Yeah.
It's already getting interesting.
So SEC championship game is coming up. Are we gonna work on some kind of game companion situation or?
We need to do one. When is it? December. I got the damn thing right here.
I just
December
had it
7th.
up.
Oh, sorry.
That's a bad time for me, actually.
He's like, "Are we gonna?" Oh, never mind. I can't do that.
Man, that's a bad time for me.
This
That's a bad time for me.
Saturday's a bad time. For you?
I
This
think I got
Saturday
something
is
to
my
do this
daughter's
Saturday,
theater
too.
production.
Gotta go watch
miss
that,
my
Daddy-O.
Yep, can't miss my daughter's theater production no matter how much I love SEC football.
My daughters are doing inventory on Christmas this week, so.
There you go.
All right, well, we'll figure it out.
Hey,
We gotta
I'll
get
tell you what.
together,
We got 121 viewers right now. Like it,
What?
subscribe. Yeah, live viewers, 122. Like it and subscribe, please. God, we're
Is
trying
that
to
on
build the damn
YouTube
channel.
or Twitter?
That is on. Let's see. We have 5 on YouTube, 117 on Twitter.
Oh,
Nice.
there you go.
Just like the damn post and share it. How about that?
I don't ever, like, share, subscribe. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe. I do agree. Final little take here about the receiver room. Whatever Centennial does, I hope he sticks it out. If he does, you still need more receivers. You're going to need to. Well, if Green is your guy moving forward, if that's the guy moving forward for Arkansas, then you need to. I don't know,
Broden's
give him
graduating this year, right?
Give him some options. God, you mean, yeah,
Is
yeah,
he?
he is. I'm pretty sure he's. I'm pretty sure he's out of eligibility. I'm almost positive he is.
Sweet. No, I'm just kidding. That was a dick move. No worries.
I mean, he. That's what's crazy is he looked. And I've said this 1,000 times, man. I can remember making Patreon videos like, holy crap, Broden looked really good. He looked the part. I would always end it with, we'll see if all this will translate onto the field when it matters, when the lights come on. But he looked really good through spring camp. And, talked to some other folks, who kind of thought the same, but they also had, rightfully so, they had that kind of skepticism. Like, I don't know, though, last year, whatever. And last year he had health issues. If we recall, he was a little banged up. And then this year he looked really good through camp. But who did look good through camp, despite having hamstring issues, was Armstrong. And that did translate onto the field. And we saw what he was capable of in spring and fall camp, and then he did it on the field with just one touchdown somehow with 1,000 yards. Go figure.
crazy. Because he's a team player.
Dude's a baller, man. I'm happy for him. He earned himself a paycheck.
Yeah, I think
Whether
so.
it's we know we got
results from your. Did you get results from your poll?
Oh, you did a poll?
Wait.
You set a poll
What
out
poll?
there for who's going to have the better career. Wasn't it you?
I
Wouldn't
have
me.
no idea. Me?
Oh,
Or
somebody
that on our
put a
Twitter?
poll out there. I thought it was one of you. Put a poll out there. Who's going to have the better career, Traylon Burks or Andrew Armstrong?
Ooh.
I don't think
Well,
that was me.
Answer that question then.
What is on the? Oh, that's easy. Armstrong. Burks was they just kind of. I don't know. I think the wrong team picked Burks up, man.
Well, it's so many things. Like it reminds me of when Oakland picked up Darren McFadden, and they were just
so bad for him.
Yeah, that was not a good pick, and they had issues between, the front office and their head coach at the time, and they weren't really building a team around DMAC. They were just grabbing the best, guys that looked really good in the NFL Combine. They weren't really building anything, and it's already Oakland. It's already the Raiders. It's already a rough place to go to anyways. It never felt right. And it's the same thing with the Tennessee Titans. He just it just didn't feel like a good fit. He needed to go somewhere. I mean, obviously you'd love to have seen him gone to a team that likes to throw the ball a little more, like maybe the Chiefs or, we know McVay with Stafford and those receivers, but we knew he wasn't going to go there. when he had Cooper Kupp on fire. So, I don't know. It just wasn't a good fit. It felt very similar. I don't know with Armstrong. Listen, he's not going to be a first-round draft pick unless he goes to the NFL Combine and just absolutely turns heads. And even then, I don't know that he'd be a first-round draft pick. But he's most likely going to be a bottom 4 pick. He's going to be maybe a 5th round, 4th round guy. Again, depending on the Combine. But I'm excited for him. He definitely he earned himself some money this year. And by the way, everyone who gets upset about Arkansas going after these kids out of small schools, can you point on a map, without looking at do you remember the name of the team that he played at other than the fact that it was Texas something and something? Like, that was a small school, and look what he did these last 2 years.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Hands.
Yeah, he's got good hands.
As much on the field, but that dude can catch, man.
He was another one that had some highlight reel catches at camp, and he thought, oh, he's going to do that on game day, baby, and then it just didn't really come.
I'd be curious to see if Tesla sticks it out another year, because I know he's got more time left. If he don't become a wide receiver,
I don't know if he does or not. He is at least a 5th-year senior.
Is he?
So I don't know if he has a COVID year in him or not. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
I don't know.
Okay.
Could be wrong.
Let's see.
But there's
He's
gentlemen.
a star senior, so that's a redshirt senior. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's at least a 5th year. Yeah, they absolutely have to facilitate. They got to get some receivers. There's no doubt they're going to have to tear it up.
Yeah.
And with the offensive line, I don't know what the right move is. Part of me wants to just say replace the whole line. Replace them all. Maybe outside of Carmona, but
as many people as in there, they could if they do it right. Yeah. That was the other question. Well, not the other question. The other thought I guess I had is when does this revenue sharing thing happen? Do you know that? When does it kick in? Like, can we use it this recruiting cycle?
No, I think it's
whack
next summer. I think. I want to say it's like June. I feel like I read that somewhere. Maybe it's during the spring semester, but I really think it was next June is when it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on any of that. I have no idea.
They should have situated that better.
Well, there's a lot of things they should have done better. You talking about Arkansas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the hell makes that active, I guess. Is it the SEC or is it Arkansas doing that?
What? The revenue sharing?
Mm-hmm.
That's NCAA.
There
is
you
it
go.
not?
Yeah,
That's
why would you put
NCAA
why would you put it by a transfer portal window,
Well,
make it make sense, dude.
I don't know. But they've got so much stuff. They opened up Pandora's box and just was like, it's like they walked away. They opened up Pandora's box and just walked away, and you're left going, wait a minute, why is he leaving? What's about to happen here? And then it just explodes in your face.
Well, they did
it's
both.
A giant.
The portal and then NIL all came in together, and it's just like, okay, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, complete chaos. And a part of me wonders if you just don't want it, if you're Arkansas or a Vanderbilt or a Mississippi State or an Ole Miss, if you don't just want it to stay this way, you just got to amp up your NIL and maybe have a coach that people will want to give NIL to. But I really feel like this window you have here is like its own. It's its own. What's that saying? The pendulum swings, right? The pendulum swings in different directions, and right now it feels like it's actually in your favor. If only you could get some NIL, and again, if you had a head coach you feel like who could facilitate a little bit better, a better roster, you kind of want it to be the Wild West. I mean, really, because I feel like when the pendulum swings the opposite direction, all that power and all that influence and everything goes right back to the Blue Bloods. So with the revenue sharing part of it, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, all right, boys. I'm gonna get off here before I get stabbed by the wife.
Oh yeah. Don't get killed.
To wrap it up.
Yeah. Hey Nisha, what's going on, girl?
Hello. You came in late today. I love it. All right, boys and girls, we out this thing. Real quick schedule notes. We're going to Mondays from now on. Is that right, boys?
Oh, I didn't know that we had agreed on that. Are we doing that?
Tim,
I'm good with it.
Let's agree right now.
Yeah, Mondays are fine.
Tim's like, no, this is terrible.
I know we had talked about it.
Mondays are good.
Okay.
For the most part, Mondays are good for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we may do some surprise pop-ups though over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, if
I
any
fully
real shit
intend to have a
happens.
very live show. If Bobby Petrino announces he's going to Charlotte, I will go hunt you two down and drag you onto the screen if I have to, because we're going to have a
18
moment.
hours.
Listen, I wasn't the one that said it wasn't going to happen. I never said
We're going to
that.
have a moment. We're going to have a moment.
Brian
I'm
Kelly's
telling
the
you
best.
because we're going to have a moment because I was lit up by everyone in Arkansas. I'm not even joking over what I had to say about it. So,
Everyone in Arkansas are like 5 people in chat.
3 million. 3 million people. I felt the weight of a state of Arkansas on my shoulders, and we're going to address it 1 year later if he quits, if he moves on to Charlotte. So I will be hunting.
I'm going to have to read. Where did this happen? Like, where did all these
I'm
people
hunting
come for
down.
your.
We did a Bobby Petrino special on.
I know. I watched it.
They're just lighting him up in the comments. It was awesome.
They were
Oh my
killing me in
God.
the comments.
Oh
Killing me
my
in the
God.
comments.
You mean like a typical? You mean like a typical Saturday night for me? Like when I say
went
something
like
the
this.
chat doesn't agree with?
Yes.
It went like this. Arkansas Jesus is here to raise the hogs from the slaughter. He's going to turn the pig slop to wine, and he's going to make them pigs walk on water instead of floating like hog turds. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm
And
out
I
of
was
here.
like, you suck.
I don't know. I've caught some shit over the years for sure. I think the most I caught was the Mike Anderson stuff. Oh my God, I caught a lot of heat for that.
If Bobby Petrino leaves, we will be live.
Yeah,
Because I'm gonna
I'll
go on a rant.
yeah.
We can even just jump in on your show either way.
Yeah,
If he leaves,
that's true.
I'm probably gonna
I'll
have to
just
do a
jump on-
live.
Let's do
I'll
it.
jump on Ty's show.
Let's do a
That's for
live
sure.
call-in.
We
show,
can do it
dude.
wherever. I don't care. Do a multi-stream. Do it on yours as well. Do it
We
on
can do it on all.
this thing.
I can
Yeah,
push this
to hell with
podcast
it.
through your channel also. So we can figure this
So
out.
by the way, for everyone listening, make sure you like, share, follow all that stuff. Catch us on YouTube. Go over to the SEC Unleashed
Please.
YouTube
channel. Check out all the links, assuming there are any. God, I don't know. I'm just doing my thing on my post or when I'm. But yeah, do that. Follow us. Follow these guys on Twitter. And follow Tuss Talk with Ty if you're an SEC or if you're an Arkansas fan, unless you're a Mizzou
boy.
fan or
Get in that
Kentucky
Discord. That's where
There's
the good
plenty of
juicy
Mizzou
info's at.
fans already there.
fan. Well, it's Kentucky fans. Anytime Arkansas loses,
too.
there's so many Kentucky fans. And hey, here's the thing. They can do that all they want. I like what they're doing at Kentucky. I do. I like Pope. I'm just gonna say it. I like them. They're playing better than I thought they were. So, but I've
That's
always
true.
kind of liked his style of ball. So, anyway,
I don't like
but
it.
yeah,
Send them
follow everybody, share the content, follow us, and we'll
keep making it. How about that?
So Mondays, right? Are we set on
Mondays.
9 p.m.?
I'm good with 9 if y'all are good with 9.
Yeah, that's good.
9
I
p.m.
should
Monday.
be.
Let's go. My
should be.
kids to bed at 8, so that should be fine.
Okay,
Boom.
sounds good.
9 p.m. Let's go. See ya.
Appreciate everybody. Yay!
Yay.